Hi guys, Karl here.
My name's Bernard.
And today I'm going to show Bernard Jr. how to light a fire using Cramp Ball fungus. This is Donnacha. Today we are in our local forest up in the Dublin Mountains. You probably noticed the continuity is a little bit all over the place in the video because we're getting pissed on, we're getting misted on, we're getting all sorts. It's not meant to be raining today, but lo and behold, it's Ireland. So stick around, hope you enjoyed the video. When you come into our local forest, you're instantly met with beech and larch. There are some rowan trees or mountain ash, but not many. Our local forest is in the Dublin Mountains. In the lower levels, you're getting the deciduous beech, you're getting the larch, and as you go on up the levels, you're getting spruce and larch. And the further up you go, you're just getting spruce, very little of anything else. Fun fact about larch is actually a deciduous conifer. So you'll notice all the trees are bare because they lose their needles in the winter. I know what you're thinking, what kind of black magic is going on that there's deciduous conifers around? But it's true, folks. Here's an example of one of the rowan trees. Notice how white that bark is. Lots of people coming up mistake it for a birch, but it's a rowan. So larch is probably one of my favourite conifers. It's one of the first ones that I was comfortably able to identify from its silhouette. If you look at this tree here, larch boughs generally tend to come down and sweep up at the end. Notice. When we were walking up the trail, we came across these two buttes mixed in with a load of larch. I initially thought maybe they were Norway spruce, but when I had a closer look, I think they could possibly be a fir. Buds on the end. The only thing that's catching me off is the bark. The bark is super smooth. Folks, I've had to switch over to the 50mm lens to try and capture this bark. So no cracks. Smooth. If anyone can give us a positive idea on this, I'd really appreciate it. I think it's a 4. Could be something else though, guys. I'd appreciate your help on it. So now we're at my favourite part of this forest, guys. Down there you've got some larch, pine. That pine, beautiful. And here down you've got some, what I want to say, Sitka spruce. The simple reason that you might not be able to pick it up on the camera. There's a beautiful bluey, silvery hue. And we're back into pine. Some more pine and some more larch. What do you know about that cultural diversity, lads? Right guys, myself and Dunny are going to go off and collect a bit of wood for the fire. I have a silky gumboy.
And I have a Bacco lap blender.
We're going to go and get our cook on. Let's go. There's lots of dead standing in this forest. Lots of dead standing. I found a nice seasoned spruce. It's brown bread. Well, it's not the greatest for cooking on. It's more than enough to get our fire going. I'm going to take this bad boy down. So we're going to keep all these for the fire.
Yeah, so we go on this one.
Yep.
Is it recording?
Yep. So Donnacha is cutting up the kindling here now. All the limbs on this dead standing are all a good thumb size. Hold the tree. When you're doing it, yeah, do it that way.
Okay.
And hold, yeah, you can hold the limb. Yeah. Take your time. Don't need to wear yourself out. Don't pull down your hood though. You look like a hoodlum. That one?
Yeah, I think so. You could do these ones
What
as
about
well.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's got one.
So as Donnacha was taking off these smaller limbs off this spruce, he noticed there was a lot of fat wood right down at the bottom of the limb. Let's take this one off and have a look. There you go, some lovely resinous fat wood in there. I'm using this Grants Force Brooks outdoor axe today. It's a nice little axe, it's lovely and light, small, really packs a punch. Guys, we've had to put some stones down on the ground to keep the fire up off the ground. Because we're in a coniferous forest, the roots from the likes of the spruce and the pines and stuff like that, they spread out under the ground, and if we have a fire just on the ground, we can burn the roots eventually make its way back to the tree and then set the tree on fire. So always think safety first, guys. Yeah. I'm going to put down a raft of slightly bigger stuff to get the fire up off the stones.
Yeah.
It'll also give us a good coal base for cooking over. It's good because it lets oxygen in underneath the fire as well. And what we'll do is we'll use that as a brace. Guys, we'd hope to get some dead ferns on the way up, or even some dried grass from an overhanging bank, but because of the mist and fog, everything is soaking wet, so we can't use any of that for a tinder bundle to blow into flame. So what I'm going to do is, I have a little bit of jute twine here. I'm going to make a jute bird's nest. What you need to do is, jute is 3 strands. Separate the 3 strands, and you hold one in your mouth, and you just unravel. You're just spinning the jute, and it's unraveling. Then you do it again to separate the other 2 strands. The spinner. Through the comb. Then basically you do it again. Now you've got 3 separate strands, and those strands are twisted into more strands. So all you need to do is separate these strands, and what I do is I just kind of pinch the top and twist. You'll see it starting to separate. Pinch the top, twist. You'll see it starting to separate. What you do is, you do it with the 3 strands that you've separated, and you'll end up with a nice jute bird's nest. So I'm on the last strand here, folks. I'm just going to show you again. What you do is you just separate the top, just like that. You pinch the top, and you twist, and you'll see it starting to separate. Twist, and it separates, and you end up with this lovely, fine, furry, for lack of a better word, tinder. So you just twist, separate, twist, separate, twist, separate, and you can pull this off and fluff it up. And when the 3 strands come back together like this, you have a lovely bird's nest. There you go, folks. There's your jute twine bird's nest. Here's the cramp ball fungus. It can be found on dead, decaying ash trees mostly. I haven't seen many of them around our parts anyway, but Donnacha is going to use this today to create our fire. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to prep it. Because Donnacha is going to be using the ferro rod, what I want to do is I want to try and make a flat surface at the bottom, so as he has a more stable base. So just like that, nice and flat at the bottom, so as it sits straight, and I'm just going to carve a bit away at the top, so as he has a flat base to spark onto. So there you go, folks. Cramp ball fungus, flat on the bottom, flat on the top. So push push it in, dig your ferro rod in. You need to strike down a bit lower because you need to strike the sparks directly onto it, okay?
Yeah, so like.
So even start here. There you go. So dig that in there so it doesn't go anywhere. And dig this in, yeah. See, like that.
Yeah.
Throw some sparks into that.
Okay. Well, that went up easy, yeah?
Yeah. Guys, it's soaking wet here today. It's raining again. Everything is damp. And the key to getting a decent fire going when everything is so wet is lots of small. Lots and lots of small. Guys, so what we have here are larch cones. And I just wanted to show you the difference between a larch cone and a spruce cone. So there's a spruce cone. Large cones are short and stubby, and let's face it, a spruce cone kind of looks like a healthy turd. I wanted to show you why I think it's mostly Sitka spruce up here. When you walk up to them, the top is a lovely vibrant green. Then when you flip the needles over, underneath you've got a kind of a really pale blue, almost a turquoisey kind of a colour. Beautiful. Whereas Norway spruce is green top and bottom as far as I'm aware. We's a cooking now, boys and girls. I'm do a bit of bacon and egg sandwiches. Egg me up. So what are the chances we can do this without making a mess?
3 in 100.
3 in 100. Let's see.
Maybe 10 in 100.
Oh ho ho!
That's a good egg.
That's a good egg. Is that your egg, is it?
Yep.
I'll get the scaldy one. We need more heat, Captain. Not too shabby, boys and girls, not too shabby.
Why is there only one back?
There's two, there's another one in there. There's another one in the bag. Not looking too bad, boys and girls. Not looking too bad at all.
Yeah.
So what I'm using here is Life Venture titanium plate and a Coughlin's camp grill. Both fairly inexpensive. I think the Life Venture titanium plate is about €20. The Coughlin's camp grill I got for about €10 on eBay. Very handy to have. Very handy. There you go, boys and girls. Bacon, egg and cheese rolls. So what more could you want on a cold, wet, miserable December day? Num num num. Get that pine needle tea into us. Leave that to brew there. The rocks did a great job of keeping the fire up off the ground. I had a feel around when I took the rocks away. The ground wasn't even warm. Still soaking wet. Excellent. Right guys, we're going to pack her up there now. We're just finishing off our pine needle tea, getting that vitamin C into us. We had a nice day. It didn't go to plan, but they don't always. You know, I got to spend time with my son out in the woods, which is always a positive. One of my favourite things to do. Got pissed on, which is not one of my favourite things to do. But hey, that's how it goes. Thanks for watching. And I hope to catch you on the next one.
And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Ding!